really is. Jesus Christ. Get out of there. Okay. Oop. I'm going to get it. Getting it together. All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So Carrie says, good morning. Excited for this poll. Feeling hardcore goddess energy today. Isis. Oof, that's lovely. Good morning, Denise. Hi, Mrs. Chambliss. I've never seen you before. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? How's life? And before you ask, I'm not chugging an actual bottle of sparkling rosé this morning. That'll be later. This is water with electrolytes in it. I've committed to myself to drink one of these every single day. And it's like, it's not that impressive. It's whatever. It's not that much water, but it's more water than not any water, which is what I would prefer to be drinking. So this is my compromise with myself. And I think this is a really pretty bottle. And the electrolytes that I put in are kind of pink. So it's pleasing to me. So that's what I'm doing. And it's been like 3 days. And I have to say, being hydrated is very helpful. So in case you were wondering, it is. Good morning. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Arlene. Good morning, Victoria. Hey, Victoria, you did not update us on how your police test went. Police test? Yes. So how was it? I'm going to turn this heater on. Can you even with me this morning? I'm freshly showered. I did my hair. I've got makeup on. I even put my contacts in. I know. Just killing it over here. Where do I think I'm going? Just into life. Let's do some smudgies. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry, babe. Here's some smudgies for you. Smudgy, smudgy, smudge. And smudgy, smudgy, smudge for you guys. Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, my TikTok friends. Have some smudgies. And smudgies for YouTube, which will be smudgies for most of you later, right? Like 3-way streams, and then smudgies for me. Make sure I don't burn my hair. Get the boobs. All right. Excellent. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, wait, what am I asking you? On a scale of 1 to 10, no. Let me try this again. I know what I want to know from you, but I'm having trouble finding the words to convey that to you. So just give me a second. I'm going to find them. Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you about the next 2 weeks and official eclipse season? And when I say excited, I don't mean like I'm going to pass out and die from anxiety excited. I mean excited. Do you feel excited for eclipse season, which officially begins tomorrow? Okay, Janelle's an 11. Janine's a 10. All my OGs over here are ready for it, right? Mrs. Chambliss is cranking it up to an 11. L is a 10. Sunshine Flight is a 10. Mother of 3,100. Well, what? Anyway, Mother is a 12, a 10, 10. Valerie's an 8. Um, I love that, like, I'm like, you guys never listen to me. And it's kind of my favorite thing because I never listen to anyone either. Because I'm like 1 to 10, and everyone's like a 12. Hi, welcome. So Mrs. Chambliss is Leah. Hi, welcome, welcome. Jacinta is 11 times 11. Okay. Christine says, I feel like I'm excited, but not connecting to that feeling if it makes sense. It does make sense. I often feel that sensation. Like I conceptually am excited about something, but my actual like feeling situation is not connected to it yet. Kate's in the neutral zone of zone 5. Okay. Good morning, Stacy. All right. Let me move some of these things out of here. Actually, before I do that, I do snack when I'm here, but did you know that Trader Joe's says everything but the bagel seasoning chips do? Like, what the fuck are they doing? Ugh, it's a mess around here. It's a mess. We're not going to talk about Beltane today, actually. I don't think, because well, I mean, we can, but wait, hold on. I need to do one thing before I forget. Before I forget, I got to edit this thing. Where is it? There it is. Edit. Better not make me sign in. You're going to make me sign in. Sorry. I'm totally. Oh, you're here with me, right? Okay, we're going to do that. Save it. All right. So, Trader Joe's is a grocery store, and they're owned by Aldi's now, and they basically have like the best private label stuff. Like and they also make a lot of their own stuff, and just the tastiest, weirdest stuff that you just get very into. And they just opened one up here in Central PA, and everybody's losing their minds about it, including me because I grew up with the Trader Joe's, and so going back there and having some of the same things that I used to have when I was little. And it's just very nostalgic. All right, so here's what's on deck for today. We're talking about the eclipse season a little bit, and then we'll get into sensory card pulls. And I'll tell you now and I'll tell you later, but we're doing live channeling on Beltane, which is Sunday. And live channeling is going to be tapping into the new moon, the Beltane energies, and of course, eclipse season. Obviously, if you've been here for a minute, you know that I don't always know what is going to happen during live channeling, but that's my intention. And because this is such a big one, this is a very exciting one. There's a coupon for you. It's Eclipse, and so if you're not already a member, and you want to give it a try, you've never done live channeling with me, you can get a coupon code. It's Eclipse, and you will be able to join us for free. So you'll have to be live. So it's Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Recordings are only for members, but if you can join us, we'd love to see you and show you what it's all about. So you can find the link in my bio. It should say like Sarah Mala / live channeling or something like that. Click on that, use coupon code Eclipse, and you will be good to go. All right. I'll also post the information on that in my stories. So there we go. Janelle has a great question that I actually think I did make a few TikToks on at some point. She says, Janelle says, astrologers are giving different advice on manifesting this weekend. What do you say? So my opinion on manifesting, like consciously, like sitting down manifesting stuff, is that we do not do that during eclipse season. And here's why. And again, this is obviously my opinion, my perception, the way that makes sense to me. So if it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, move along and find something that does. But eclipse windows, eclipse seasons, which happen twice a year. So this is not like, oh my God, this never happens. Like, no, it absolutely does happen. And there's a reason that it happens. Eclipse seasons, if you think about it, it's like a what do I want to call this? It's a portal. It's a portal that you enter, that we all enter, that has the potential and ability to quantum jump you into an entirely new space. And it takes into account all of the manifesting you've already been doing. So this is kind of a time to ride out the energy, not to add more to it. So basically, think about what you've been focusing on for, let's say, the past 6 months, right? Like that kind of puts us at the beginning of 2022 this year. What have you been focusing on, right? I want to remind you that you're always manifesting. You don't need to learn that. You are a manifester. That's what we are as people. We unconsciously manifest all the fucking time. The difference is learning to consciously manifest. And in order to consciously manifest, it's not so much about like, do I need to like study up on the ritual of manifesting? Do I need to understand the mechanics of it? I mean, you can, and that's great. And if it helps you, wonderful. But you just need to understand yourself, really. Understanding the programs that are subconsciously running in your mind that are blocking you from receiving the energy you think you want. Okay, so that's what we really focus on in coffee and coaching and in live channeling and all of the things that I do with you guys, is working on removing the programs that are running subconsciously for you, like up in here, that are possibly and very likely blocking you from receiving what it is you actually want. Because if you say, like, you're like, okay, I'm going to do some manifesting, and you say, I want a new job that makes me feel this, this, and this. Great. But if subconsciously you believe that you don't deserve that job and that there's no way you could ever get it, and you have all those voices back in there, you are basically calling something in and then saying, don't come. Come here, don't come. And that's why so many people get really overwhelmed and jaded when it comes to manifesting, because it sounds like such a crapshoot, because it's like, well, I've been trying to manifest for years and like nothing ever happens. But again, you are manifesting. You never stop. Like, you never stop creating the reality that you're in. The difference is consciously creating. So all that to say, it's not a time for that conscious creating during eclipse season, because this is when all of the stuff you've been consciously creating lands. Okay. So you may have noticed already in the past 2 weeks, some major shifting going on and some kind of like surprises with people leaving your life or entering your life or like kind of coming back into your life. You may have seen that. Major shifts in jobs, major shifts in the way that like you interact with your daily life. You may have noticed things are really changing in the way you do that. And all of this is preparing you for that eclipse season window where you're going to get ready to just fly. And I know I've been saying this to myself a lot, but I feel very strongly that after the 15th of May, nothing will ever be the same. And it's exciting, right? If you're no longer in the program, that change is terrifying. So for eclipse season, it's not the time for active manifesting. It's the time for holding space for all the miracles to happen that you've already lined up and put into place. Okay. I hope that that feels helpful. Now, if you're joining us for live channeling on Sunday, we're going to talk about this a lot, and we're going to delve into it and tap into the energies, get a lot of insight. The channeling sessions are usually very dense and have a lot of information. So I definitely recommend, if you're interested in learning how to work with these particular energies coming through, that you join us. And again, if you just popped in, I'm offering you a discount code, which is Eclipse. The links are on my profiles, and you can join us for free on Sunday. Okay, but the other reason that I'm doing the coupon code is because, guys, did you know that this is the 2-year anniversary of our community? So 2 years ago, I started Restoration, which was the online virtual community. And it turned into Inner Sanctum last year, and it's still Inner Sanctum now. And we have some members that have been with us since day one still, which is like amazing. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about that because 2 years flew by and so much has happened. And so here's how Inner Sanctum came about and how we started doing all this. So 2 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, I guess I should say, I opened a brick and mortar wellness collective with my friend Elena. And she's a massage therapist, and I was doing yoga and starting to like get into being more out there with doing more of my psychic work, right? So we opened this brick and mortar called the Wellness Collective, and our thought was that we were going to be able to give a space for other wellness and spiritual practitioners to work with us and have that like official scaffolding to kind of hold their business, and we would do the marketing and like all of the stuff. So what ended up happening in that space was it was amazing. It was like really doing well, but I wasn't able to focus on my work because I was managing a yoga studio, a little store, and all the rest because Elena had a full book of massage. So it was like it was amazing, but I was starting to realize like, oof, God, like I'm not gonna ever have any time to like expand Sarah Amala stuff. So I was like, all right, but whatever. But then COVID hit and we had to shut down. And this was like March 15th. I remember that. And we all thought it was going to be like a 2 week break, but it was not. And as soon as that break happened, I had been thinking that like I wanted to create something virtual, like a community of some sorts. And that's when I said it's time to do it. So May 1st of 2020, I opened the doors of Restoration and invited my members in. And back then, my goal was to have like 20 members, and I was so excited. And I was, my thought was like we would gather together twice a month with the new and the full moons, and I would teach people how to work with the energy and how to manifest. And since then, if you've been here for a minute, you know every quarter I kind of reinvent myself, and I really leaned in to that, to the way that I am, because before I was like, oh, you're not consistent, you have to stick with what you're doing, you have to always be the same. And I realized like I can't, like that's not how I live. And so every quarter or so I reinvent myself. I go with the flow, I see what's happening. In the summer of 2020, that's when I started channeling with this chick over here with Peony, and that um, really opened up a lot of things for me energetically. And so over the past 2 years, the community has grown. And I now, just like this week especially, during our coffee and coaching on Wednesday morning, I was sitting there listening to you guys talk and listening to how much you've, I don't even want to say grown, how much you've returned to yourself, how much confidence you have, how much sovereignty you have, how you love on each other. Most of our community members are kind of spread across the country, and you've still managed to create a community that makes each other feel safe and loved and supported. And so I was just kind of sitting back, like looking at all of you and just being like, like I just, it's beautiful, it's amazing. And I want more people to be able to have that, because there's nothing better than being around and connecting with people who understand you and who don't look at you like you're crazy. You can ask any question you want to. You're never going to have any judgments. And you're just, I don't know, it's just amazing. Everyone's amazing. So I'm proud of myself, which is a new thing for me to say, like, because it's, I don't know, you kind of trained not to do that, but I am really proud of myself because the past 2 years for me have been really fucking hard. Like my entire personal life has kind of gone up in flames, come down to the cinders, built back up, burned down again. It's been wild. But what I've learned is that I don't have to have all my shit together to help you. I don't have to know all the answers to provide something that helps you. And you've been with me on good days and bad days. You have watched me learn how to put my needs and my energy first. I've canceled sessions and said I can't do a session because my energy's not right, which is so hard for me. Like it flies in the face of how business is run, but you've respected me for it and you've supported me through it. And this group has just, without this group, without restoration that became Inner Sanctum and all of you amazing people, like these past few years, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know how things would have turned out, but I do know because of you guys and this community that we've built together, it feels like family. I feel very supported, and it's my hope that you feel that as well. I know you do because you tell me. And so as we like move into this eclipse season, I find myself again reassessing and again returning closer to me. Right? Who am I? What do I do? Because there was a period of time where I felt like I needed to be less. I don't know what a better term for this is, but like less woo, like kind of tone down the woo. And I tried, and I realized a lot of that is because I'm a projector and I have like pretty much all my energy centers are open. So if I'm around people who I really admire and think are amazing, and they're like more, I don't know, they're more linear than I am, or they're more aligned with a different focus, I kind of pull that in and try that on for size. And I think that what I'm learning, not I think that what I am learning is that the closer I get to returning to exactly who I am, the more impact I'm able to make, and the more I'm able to reach you guys. And so, with that being said, you may have noticed if you follow me on Instagram, there's a different look happening. And I invite you to interact with my content because I want to know what you want to see on Instagram. I've kind of got my TikTok handled. I know what I'm doing there, but I want my Instagram to be a place where you find information that's helpful for you. So if you think of anything, like what would you like to see more of? Let me know. My thought moving forward, and I will be gelling in this all eclipse season and letting it happen, is I want to share my stories more with you guys. And I want you to share your stories more. I think through storytelling and sharing of what we're going through, that's how we normalize the magic. So I want more of that. So I know I do share a lot of my stories with you guys, but I'm going to be doing that even more, sharing that, like those parts of my life with you. And also really focusing on the channeling because I love the channeling and I love being with you guys, coffee and coaching on Wednesday mornings. That's a place that brings me joy. So I'm looking at all the spaces that are adding value to me and making me feel amazing. And then looking at the things like the app, which, on the surface looked amazing, but was draining so much of my energy. And letting those things move out to bring things in that bring me joy, leading with my pleasure. So I'm trying that out now as an experiment with my business. I'm going to lead with my pleasure, and I'm going to trust that those of you who are supposed to find me and be on this journey with me are going to be here. So again, if you would like to try out live channeling, the code is Eclipse. You can join us for free on Sunday. I'll post this information in my stories so that you can learn all about it. But the community is growing and people are waking up so fast. And I'm not here to tell you what to do or how you need to be. I'm here to share with you what I am seeing through my perspective, what I've learned, and to offer you a safe space to grow in the way that feels best for you, to explore, to connect with different people. That's my goal, is to create that space. And so thank you so much to everybody for being here with me, especially those who have been here for 2 fucking years. You know what I mean? Like, amazing. So, yay. Happy anniversary to all of us. All right. Are you ready to get into sensory card pulls? If you're new here, sensory card pulls, I usually use this deck. This is my Wisdom of Avalon by Colette Baron Reed. And sensory card pulls go like this. I give you 3 things. You choose what feels most resonant with you, and we do some pulls, right? Let me think about this. What are our three things for today? Body parts. Yep, we're doing body parts. Any gender of body parts, but I want you to think about these body parts as, what do you find most, like, which one of these body parts do you find most fascinating? Okay. And let me just take some sips. I promised myself I would drink this whole thing during this live. So I'm almost there, but if I need to pause to chug, you understand. Hydration is very important. Okay. So we're gonna do body parts. I want you to think about that. I think about body parts a lot. So maybe you do too. Okay, here we go. The first one is hands. Hands. Freddie, we fucking love you. You bring me joy all the time. So hands, that's number one. Hands are the first one for sensory card pulls. The second, thighs. Thighs. Think about it. Yes, you can pick more than one body part, but I really want you to think about it. Okay? Hands, thighs, and this next part is going, I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to give you a name for it because my brain is like literally glitching. But this part right here, what is that? Clavicle? You want to call that clavicle? Clavicle? This part. This part, clavicle. Hands, thighs, clavicle. Which body part are you feeling most drawn to this morning? As I tell you what I'm thinking about this morning. That's fine. So hands, thighs, clavicle. Oh, and I'm shuffling. I'm gonna shuffle and just watch what you're choosing. Drop it in the comments. Don't be shy. Obviously, I'm picking all three this morning. Me too. This whole area. Big fan. I also love shoulders. And if there's freckles on shoulders, oh, you know, I'm a sucker for freckles. It's a thing. That's exactly the right emoji. That's the one. I'm gonna rev y'all up this morning. Jacinda says hands and thighs as an add-on. Okay. Oh. So if you're just joining us, we're about to start the card pulls, and you're choosing from these three body parts to get your message. Okay. Hands, thighs, or clavicle. Clavicle. You can pick all three. Oh. Nicole. Hands, thighs, clavicle. The reason why you have to choose or choose all three or some of them is so that you can align them with the card pulls that I'm doing. That's why. Don't worry. You can love all the body parts. All right. I'm ready. Are you ready? Do you feel ready? Okay. Kate says I'm gonna need to call my babe after this. Me too. Oh man. Happy Friday. Oh, that's fine. I'm not mad about it. Oh man. All right. Let me focus. Shit. All right. Okay. Oof. Ankle. All right. Sorry. My mind is completely left the building and is like under the sheets right now. I did this to myself and you, apparently. So my face can't hide shit. My face can't hide shit. That's the truth. I don't even try to let it. Okay. Come on, Sarah. Get back over here. Yeah, you might want to hop over into the IG. Freddie says, sometimes it's not easy being the only guy in the room, but today it's especially hard. That's what she said. How you gonna serve me up a softball like that? Damn, Freddie. Oh. I'm actually really good at poker. Just know that. I'm good at all types of gambling. Okay. I'm like sitting here just like giggling and having fresh thoughts but the cards are in front of me. I've already pulled them for hand, so you know. Ugh, hands. Have you guys seen on TikTok the lesbian coffee hand TikToks? Have you seen that? Um it is like literally a thing, by the way. Because my girlfriend does it. She holds her, this is a wine glass from the other day, so sorry, but she holds her coffee like this, right? And like iced coffee, obviously. Lesbian coffee hands. If you haven't seen that on TikTok, um, you should search it and then go look at it because it's fucking hysterical. But like basically holding your coffee like this is very gay. And sometimes things are stereotypes, but they're stereotypes for a reason sometimes. So pay attention. Pay attention to your hands and other people's hands. Um, and see how they're holding their iced coffee with oat milk. I'm sorry, that's not true. But yes, anyway, the lesbian coffee hands are a thing, and they very much turn me on. So there's that. Like, I know that's a thing for me. It's a lot of things, obviously. I'm thinking of all the things. Yeah, Google it. Lesbian coffee hands. Just Google it. Google it. In fact, I kind of pride myself um, with being able to identify lesbian hands out in the wild anyway. Um, Mask lesbian hands. Let me put it that way. Okay, let me try to do the cards with you this morning before I have to like get out of here. This is just water, but like Wow. Oh my God, yes. And forearms. All right. Listen, you listen to me, everybody. We're doing card pulls now. This is serious magic business, and I'm hydrated, and we're gonna do some card pulls right now. You're not late, Susan. I am off on a left field tangent, um, turning everybody on, right? So you're fine. Here are your three choices: hands, thighs, or clavicle. Pick the body part that you're most attracted to and consider yourself caught up. Throw in a few "that's what she said" jokes. Also, whatever else you need to put in there. No, it's fine. You're fine. Okay, so we're about to start. I've already pulled the three. This is for hands. Here's what you've got. You've got the frog. You've got the bee. And you've got the birth and rebirth card. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, so the frog. This is actually, listen, you need to pay attention to this. Hand people, and if this resonates with any of the other ones of you who picked other body parts, it's okay. You can take this, but this is all about clearing out shit you don't need anymore. Okay, clearing out the shit you don't need anymore, and allowing the shit that's trying to walk away to walk away. Bye. A lot of things that are clogging up your energetic space right now are seeing themselves out. Please allow that. It's preparing you for eclipse season. You don't need to jump into this portal weighed down by stuff you don't actually want on the other side. If you cling to something now, when you hit that energy stride that we're about to hit, you're going to bring that energy into your next chapter. So I don't mean to sound ominous, but think about it. Are you holding on to an energy right now that you want in your new chapter, in your next chapter, or are you done with it? And would you like to not? Because if so, this is the time to leave it here on Friday, and move on into the weekend, and let's be done with it. So that's your frog. You've got your birth and rebirth card. And again, hiya, did you switch over from TikTok? This is not the death card. This is energy moving into its next iteration. Okay? This is energy moving into its next growth spiral. So it may look very different, but it is the same energy moving into the next phase. All right? And then you have the bee, and the bee is just here to give you a little kisses and good luck, because things are moving for you to be in the space you always wanted to be in. We are the ones who block ourselves from that, but you've been doing your work. And the bee is here to just let you know that no matter what weird shit's popping off right now, it's going to work out great. And you can trust that. You don't have to always be in a good mood. You don't always have to be thinking positive, but you should just know that, like, that's what's happening. So tap into it every once in a while, feel into it for yourself, and like, that's what's happening. The bee says, okay? So that is your hands. That's your hands pull for this morning. Next one, thighs. These two, is this one card? No. Boom. All right. Thighs. I have to pee. I'm not going to, but if I'm moving around, that's what happened. Okay. So, thighs. You've got the eagle, stag, partnership. Okay, let's talk about it, my thigh people. So, oof, this is some big, like, this is some very, I want to say noble energy, but maybe the word is more, maybe it's sovereign energy, let's say. Both of the eagle and the stag are vibing similarly. They don't answer to anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? They're bringing the answers. And that's you right now. You're bringing the answers. Bringing the answers. Imagine what would happen if instead of like running through your life wondering how you're going to do anything, wondering like, what am I like, what are the answers? Like, how do I fix this? How do I do this? What if instead of being surrounded by that, you were surrounded by all the answers? You're like, oh, all the answers are around me. I just have to let them drop in. That's a perspective shift. Perspective shifts save lives. And both of these are asking you to check on your perspective. Okay. Life is always going to throw curveballs and have moments of uncomfortability and make you squirm a little bit and not be choice sometimes. That's how life is. Do you know what changes your perception of that? When you're in victim mentality, those things are being done to you. When you are sovereign, you realize that in everything that's happening around you, there may not be a specific thing that's like trying to get you. It's just how the cookie fucking crumbles. And you have a choice on how to use that energy and that experience. You are the alchemist. You are the creator or creatrix. You are that. And as you move into that space, you then take responsibility for the way you interact with the energy. And that's what these two are talking about. You also have the partnership card. And this one, we're going to be talking about what I'm going to say right now a lot on Sunday, if you join us for live channeling. Those of you who've been with me for a minute already know about love bubbles. And I'm going to be talking about love bubbles even more on Sunday because it's very important. But the partnership is here to tell you that you are in the process, or deep in it actually, of creating your love bubbles, which is your community, your family, your people who are giving and receiving in ways that support and aid in your growth and make you feel good and happy. So that's a reminder for you. That's your thigh message. Now we're moving to the clavicles. Side note, have you guys ever read The English Patient? Michael Ondaatje? Did you read it? Not the movie. I mean, the movie is fucking incredible, but did you read the book? Because in the book, um, Michael Ondaatje, if you are not familiar with him, is a writer. He is an incredible, incredible poet. In fact, one of my favorite poems by him is "The Cinnamon Peeler's Wife." Check it out. Check out that whole book. Okay, just like when I was in high school, I was fangirling so hard on him because I was really into poets in high school. So anyway, in the book, there is a scene where the two main characters, I forget their names right now, Catherine, uh, are like in bed together and they've just made love and he's like wandering with his fingertips like along the different expanses of her body and kind of describing them like a landscape, like a desert landscape. And there's one moment where he kind of she has a very pronounced dip here in that clavicle area. And the way that he described it, I'll never forget it because I think I was probably like 14 when I was reading this, but it like just blazoned into my mind. This is the most romantic, like sexy, amazing thing I've ever like ingested in my whole life. And I have always picked up small things like that and just like tucked them away. Like you probably do that too, right? Um, the other one was Catcher in the Rye. And there's a scene where Janie, I think is her name, they're walking and she's kind of behind him and puts her hand on the back of their neck as they're walking. And it made such an impression on him. And that made such an impression on me. And then there's a poem by Billy Collins called Marginalia. And in that poem, I think Catcher in the Rye is referenced. And it's like this the poem is about this guy reading a book he got from the library, Catcher in the Rye. And the person who had checked the book out before had left an egg salad stain on the page and like circled it and like wrote a little note that said, "Pardon the egg salad stains, but I'm in love." And, you know, those things. Anyhow, wow, just I'm really left turning a lot this morning, but we were talking about body parts, and I just want to let you know all those things. So if you're looking for some delicious things to read, maybe do that. All right. Last but not least, clavicle. You may not know this. Some of you know this, but I actually I went to school for creative writing. My major is in English and in creative writing. I'm using that degree heavily, obviously, but it is a passion of mine. Every once in a while, I get a wild hair at my ass, and I share some of my writing with you guys. I had a work in progress called the Bayou House that I was like putting on TikTok for a while, but then I moved on to other things, as one does. Who knows? Maybe I'll get back to it. All right. Shall we get to this last one? Oh, you know what? I'll do a post about that. I'll post on Instagram my favorite. I'll list my favorite, my favorite books of all time, and then you can list yours, and then we can all enjoy. Right? Cool. All right. So, clavicle. You got. Oh, I'm hungry. You got the deer, the Grail Knight, and the Wealth card. Okay, what's your story? Clavicle people, besides sexy as fuck. All right, so deer, Grail Knight, and Wealth. Let's talk about the Grail Knight first, all right? Romance, of course, very romantic. But let's kind of dig into that a little bit. Why is it romantic? Why is it romantic to go on a quest for something when you don't even know what the fuck it is you're looking for? Why is that romantic? I want you to think about all of the constructs that you play into subconsciously every day that tell you what is an attractive thing and what is not an attractive thing. Chances are, if you look at it too closely, you're going to be able to see those constructs for what they are and then immediately feel like you need to shift them. The Grail Knight is here to remind you that some things are illusions for a reason because they move you in different directions. So while you're seeking something, you find something you didn't realize you needed to look for. And that's typically how life is, right? Consistently. So if you feel like you're off on a weird left turn quest right now, I think you can trust yourself. That feels like the message. Trust yourself, trust what you're encountering, and stay loose. Stay like flexible in your mind, tap into your own like neuroplasticity here because we create so many boxes for ourselves that then don't allow us to take in what is actually happening. Be present and allow yourself to be happy in this moment. Allow yourself to enjoy what's coming to you in this moment and trust that whatever direction it's leading you in, that'll just be your next fucking adventure, right? Because there is no right or wrong way. There's just the one that you're doing. So that's your grill night. You then have the deer, and you have the wealth card. So the deer is all about tact. And I will say this, this is going to come in real handy for you. I know we're on a Friday before eclipse season, but towards the end of the eclipse 2-week portal, we are going to be hitting Mercury retrograde in Gemini. This card for you, if it resonated, is already preparing you for the fact that you are going to have to tap into your diplomacy when that energy hits. I'm just letting you know now, okay? You might be thinking about going off on something, and I don't know, this is like kind of in the future. That's happening on like May 10th. Um, but this is just a reminder that diplomacy doesn't mean you're not communicating truth. It just means you're reading the fucking room. Read every room you walk into. Okay. Then you have the wealth card. And we need to talk about this. We're going to talk about it a lot, like generally speaking, in coffee and coaching, that's definitely on deck. You guide that, but this is on my mind a lot. Wealth is, and money, huge, huge energetic, weighty topics because we put a lot of energy into the energy of money and what it means and what it doesn't mean, having it, not having it, needing it, not needing it, all of the things. And understanding that wealth is not exclusive to having money in your bank account. I had a moment yesterday that I opened the fridge, and I've just organized my fridge, so it kind of looks good. But I opened the fridge and I saw that there were like 3 things in there that looked very appealing to eat. And I could eat them if I wanted to, and they looked very nice. And I said, and I had a moment with myself. I was like, woof, like, because things for me, like we're talking about like finances, right? Like we're looking at like black and white bank account finances, not a great place right now. We've been in a real shit place actually for a while. But I'm like, Bon Jovi over here living on a prayer and just doing what I do because this is my passion. And I am zero interested in making my living doing something else. So I'm committed to this. This is what I'm fucking doing. But, you know, every once in a while you have that like, woo kind of feeling because we do still live in a world where you have to pay your mortgage and you need to have money to do things. This is part of the way it is. But I had this moment where I opened the fridge and I was like, wow, like what an abundant fucking life I'm living that I'm opening this fridge right now. And like, it looks so nice. The light's shining right. Because I've decluttered it. And like, I have 3 things in there that look so delightful. Like just sitting right there. I could just eat them if I want to. Hey, that's abundance. That's wealth, right? Amazing. It's freedom. I promise you, you have a million moments like this available to you in your life right now, today. In fact, I'll give you one. I'll give you one for free right now that you're currently all experiencing at the same time. You're watching me on a device of some sort that is either connected to the internet or your own network. Wow, aren't you fucking fancy? What a privilege that is to be able to access content like this that's happening in central Pennsylvania when a lot of you guys are not in central Pennsylvania, right? Look, we've reached each other. It's a fucking miracle. Look, we're all talking to each other right now. I'm pulling cards. Wow, how abundant are you? How abundant are we to be sharing this moment right now? So you have all of these moments available to you. And it's not like I'm asking you to Pollyanna your life. Certainly not. That is not normalizing magic. I will get on here any old fucking Monday and Friday and just bawl my eyes out and tell you like, what? Like my life is a mess. That's okay. It is sometimes. But dude, like a million moments a day are available for you to be like, whew, I'm doing a pretty good fucking job. So with that being the case, maybe seek those, right? And don't like don't engineer these moments. Just leave yourself open to recognize them when they appear. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't walking around yesterday saying I should focus on things that I can be grateful for. I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me because I've done that before, and all I was doing was bypassing my actual feelings and trying to like make the life that I was living okay for me. So that did not work for me. I am not a big fan of gratituding the shit out of anything and forcing that. What I am saying is open yourself up to allow those things to reach you because they are in your life right now. And as you're walking around just bopping through your day, open yourself up to see them and then say something about it. Even like just say it to yourself like, wow, look at me. Look at me go. Maybe you pass a mirror. Does your hair look good today? Mine does. I'm going to look in the mirror a million times today. And I'm going to be like, wow, wow, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, do it. Do that for yourself because that's the stuff that you want to put out there, right? That's what you want more of. So if you want more of something, you should say something to the thing that you want more of, right? Like, for example, if you're with your friend that you do kisses with, right? You give lots of snugs and kisses with and do all of the sexy things. If you're with them and they do something like, let's say they touch your face like this and you really like it, you should say to them, I really like it when you touch my face like that. Because what's going to happen? Chances are they're going to touch your face like that more. And you like it. So you get more of it. And then they feel good because they know that they did something that made you feel good. And it's just like this exponential situation. You get more of what you focus on. So if you see something that you really like, just say something to it and allow it to feel pride in existence, right? I don't know. That's just what's coming through for me. That's your clavicle message for this morning. All right. Well, I've been on here a full solid 30 minutes than I am allotted because I couldn't stop talking and laughing with you guys. So thank you for starting my weekend off in such an amazing way. Reminder, live channeling is happening on Sunday, May 1st, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Did you enjoy Coffee and Magic today? You're going to really enjoy channeling. Channeling is bomb. I say that because I'm always there and I have a good time. Lots of insight coming through. We never know who's going to pop in. I'm offering you a coupon code to all my friends who are not currently members and want to try it out that you can join for free. The coupon is Eclipse. I will post this in my stories on Instagram with the link, but the link is also in my bio. You can also go to sarahamala.com and you'll find all the live channeling stuff there. Click on single ticket to use the coupon. Okay? I'm excited to see you guys on Sunday. And I'm excited for all of us as we enter this eclipse portal because it's going to be fucking magical and amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're here with me right now. Thank you so much. Mwah! I hope you have an amazing Friday. I hope that you get to touch some thighs and hands and clavicles and whatever else you like touching. And I will see you Sunday. And if I don't, I'll see you Monday at 8:30. Love you guys.